Hi guys, hope you guys are doing great. Now, the topic for today sounds philosophical. That is, what is life? I mean, this is one angle how we can define what life is. That's why it sounds philosophical, but it definitely has a very practical angle to it. So, for me, or one of the aspects, or one way in which we can define life is, rather, a happy life is that if a person has these three ingredients, at any given point of time in life. So, one is health, of course, because without that, we can never get happiness. The second is time for ourselves, time for friends, time for family, and of course, wealth or money. When I speak wealth, I'm talking about money over here, without which definitely our quality of life will not be the same. So, these are the three pillars of a happy and successful life: health, time, and wealth. So, now let's see whether we get all these three at any point of time or not in life. So, I have divided life primarily into three segments. One is the childhood or the pre career segment, second is the career segment, and third is the post career segment. So, let's see in the first segment what do we have. Generally, we are young, so we are all healthy, most of us. We have a lot of time. We have a lot of time for friends. We have a lot of time for ourselves and family. So we spend a huge lot of time with all these people and ourselves also. But we don't have wealth over here. When I say we don't have wealth, means we don't have our own wealth. We might be enjoying our parents or our ancestors' wealth, but definitely not our own. So now comes the second segment, that is the career segment, where we start building our career and we start building wealth. So in this phase, we have a lot of wealth. We also have health by this time. We are not deteriorating on our health. We have health, but we don't have time. We don't have time for ourselves. We don't have time for friends. We don't have time for family. What we used to spend earlier in the first segment, we don't even spend probably 10% of that time with our friends and family and ourselves. And the third segment, that is the post career segment or the retirement segment, by that we have created immense amount of wealth, and now we also have a lot of time, free time for ourselves, friends, and families. Unfortunately, we don't have health by that time. So, this is the general trajectory of most of our lives. So, in the first segment, we have health and time, but we don't have wealth. In the second segment, we have wealth and health, but we don't have time. And in the third segment, we have wealth and time, but we don't have health. So, throughout our lives, some of the other element is missing out of these three. So now the philosophical part or the practical part comes in, that if we can learn the art to balance these three, health, wealth, and time, then we can have a happy and successful life throughout. So obviously in the first segment we don't have much to do. That's the best part, as we always say that our childhood is the best part of our lives. So we already have our health and we have a lot of time. So that time we don't have much to do. In the second segment and thereon, if we can focus on balancing health and wealth and time, then throughout our lives, the second and the third segment, we can be happy and we can have the right balance of the three. So generally we measure growth in terms of the wealth that we have created. So that is why we focus so much on wealth that we do not give the due focus on health as well as time during the career phase. For me, I think the better measure for growth would be a combined growth of health, wealth, and time. If we have grown in wealth, how much have we grown in health and how much have we grown in time? If we have grown only in wealth, is that real growth, or is it just a rat race that since everybody is doing it, we are also doing it? Because ultimately growth, success, happiness comes with a happy life. I mean, if we do not have a happy life, it cannot be a successful life. And happiness can come with these three. It cannot be it can't come with any one of them, or even if any one is missing, we will not get real happiness. So that was a thought that I thought that I will share with you, that let us try and have a balance of wealth, health, and time. And believe me, it is not a difficult thing to do. Only if we have the right perspective about life, we have the right perspective about growth, that it is not only monetary and financial growth that we should look at in terms of growth of life. And life is nothing but a combination of health, wealth, and time. Time for us, time for our family, and for our friends. If we have all these three, and if we are growing in as a combined package, we are growing, that would be real growth, and that would lead to real happiness and real success. Great, guys. Thanks a lot for listening. It was a bit philosophical, but definitely practical. And if you liked it, do comment, do share, do like. And till we meet again, be healthy, be happy, and be safe. Thank you so much for watching and listening.